After a quick break to check email and return phone calls upon their return to the hotel, they met by a fire pit on the patio. Aaron took in the incredible view, then snapped several selfies before he sat down. This view is amazing. I need a shot to put on social media later. As they took a seat around the fire, Michelle commented, "I had meager expectations of your dinner choice, but I must say it was pretty good. Not the best food in the world, but the margaritas are good," Seth laughed. "All right, Michelle," Aaron began as he got comfortable. "I'm ready to hear how you think I can get out of this funk. And I'm ready to share it. What I'm about to reveal to you are the 6 lessons I teach in my Overcoming Negativity in the Workplace seminar. Each lesson has 2 behaviors. I'll warn you now. On the surface, they may seem very simple. In practice, they can be quite difficult. So don't let the simplicity of these 6 lessons cause you to discount them." "Got it," Seth nodded. "Also, to support the program, I have created a 30-day challenge to encourage everyone to implement these simple ideas. I'll send you the link later tonight." "Deal," Aaron agreed impatiently. "Let's go." The first lesson is this: stop wallowing around in the crud. When bad stuff happens, we have this incredible power to determine how it will affect us. That power is called choice. While the bad things that happen in our life are often out of our control, the way we choose to react is completely in our control. "Let me guess," Seth interrupted. "Most people choose to wallow around in their crud." Exactly. We get to choose our reaction regardless of how overwhelmed we may feel when the bad stuff happens. We can choose to process the bad stuff in a healthy way and move on, or we can choose to curl up in the fetal position to get comfortable while we feel sorry for ourselves. Either way, it's our choice. Aaron thought about that for a moment. "You know, most of my life, I have been the person who just dealt with my challenges. When something happened, I processed it and moved on. I guess I just realized I couldn't control the past. The only thing I could control was the future, and I always wanted to be an active participant in the plan to get moving. I guess I was making that choice." That's exactly what you were doing, and you had complete control of it. We also know some people who jump from one life challenge to the next, wallowing around in the crud. Some people are so bitter and jaded about life that every bump in the road becomes a mountain for them to climb. They believe life has provided a black cloud to follow them wherever they go. They, too, have made a choice. Aaron let that sink in. "You just described me the past few months. I felt like the negativity had control of me, when in reality, I was choosing to let it control me. Life is too short to continue making that choice. How do we stop wallowing around in the crud?" 2 things I suggest you do. Michelle pulled out her notebook and a pad of those small sticky notes. I would normally be doing this on a flip chart in a training room, but since we don't have one out here, I'll do it on this sheet of paper. Michelle wrote on the first sticky note, peeled it off, and stuck it to the sheet in the notebook. She held it up for Seth and Aaron to read. They leaned forward and squinted to see what she had written. "It's going to be hard for you to see these sticky notes out here by the fire because they're so small, so I'll send you a PDF with all these notes, along with the link to the 30-day challenge after we get done." "Awesome," Aaron nodded as he leaned back in his chair. "The first thing you need to do is keep your crud in perspective. Keep in mind that regardless of how bad things are in your life, someone has it worse. If you're struggling with finance, keep in mind that research shows more than 50% of the world's population lives on less than $2 a day. If you lost a loved one, keep in mind that some people have lost their entire families due to a tragedy." "That's true," Aaron responded to Michelle, "but it can sure be hard to think about other people's crud when you're standing in your own." That's why I said from the beginning that these things might seem simple on the surface, but difficult to implement. Don't let the simplicity of keeping your crud in perspective allow you to push it to the side. There is something very powerful about perspective. Seth considered that thought. We all have challenges in our life that deserve our attention. Although the big stuff is really hard to get past, I suppose the majority of what we occupy our time with would seem insignificant if we kept it all in perspective. Michelle paused for a moment to let it all sink in and then said, "Here's the second thing you need to do." She grabbed the pad of sticky notes, wrote on it, peeled it off, and added it to the sheet in the notebook.
To keep listening to this audiobook, I've left you a link in the description so you can do it, at no cost thanks to Audible's 30-day free trial.